All right. And hopefully we're live. Let me check and see. I will check on my phone. Hello, hello. If anybody's out there, it is parent meeting time. Woohoo! All right, I'm just going to my YouTube to see if we are on. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, you guys, hello. If you're just coming in, this is our parent meeting. Looks like we're live. Hey, you guys, hello. If you're just coming in, perfect. This is our parent meeting. All right, I'm going to go get everybody. Chair. We're already live on YouTube, so bring these in. All right, go ahead and come on in, you guys. Get comfortable. Hello, hello. If you're here, I have two watching. Woohoo! All right, this is the live stream of our parent meeting. Hello, everybody. All right. Some more chairs. Hi, you guys. Come on in. These guys over. Hey. There we go. All right, guys, come on in. Welcome, welcome. Busy day today at the center. Have our board stuff going on. All right. Reese, why don't you help us? All right. Should be good. This. Nice. All right. I'm going to go grab our poster and I'll be right back. Anybody needs more chairs, there's plenty here. We've got some out in the front as well, so feel free on that. All right, you guys, welcome. We're going to get started. Thanks for being here, everybody. And if you're joining, oh, good. We've got 7 people on. Hello, hello. If anybody that's watching has any questions, go ahead and type them in the chat, and I will keep my eye on the chat to make sure that I can answer some questions. So welcome, everybody. This is our meeting about our garden dance party. So I like to have this meeting just so that everybody can kind of have all the information. I know it's a lot, and if you've never done one of our citrus shows before, there are some more moving parts as opposed to our holiday demonstration that we do across the way. Yeah, there's chairs over here. Welcome. So I think what I'm going to start off with is just going through our schedule, and that will kind of bring up all the things that are coming up next. And please ask questions. This is the best time to do it. I know when I'm teaching, so busy in and out from one class, I don't have a lot of time. So as you guys know, we've sort of been using, I'm referring to our board over here. This is sort of our board of information. Just to let you guys know, there will be an updated version going up. So this will be added to our board. And what this is it's giving more details of some of the things that are down here as we're getting close. So, we're already right here. So we're halfway through. So this is giving a little more detail to some of the things that are down here. So you guys, when you come to class, should look for the new updated additions to our calendar that will be posted. So go ahead and check out that. But we will start over here. At this point, everybody should have paid for their $75 costume fee as well as the $30 production fee. So there are two things. That's okay. Welcome. There are two different parts of this process because we have our family production fee, which helps pay for the cost of the auditorium, and then we have our costume fee. So those at this point should have been paid. The production fee is per family. So if you have a student in multiple classes or multiple students in classes, that's just still the per family fee, just to clarify on that. So we are done with our payments already. And we're down here at our parent meeting right now. So there we are. Now this is going to get a little bit different. I'm going to start going to our revised one right now, so that you guys can follow along here. The next thing that you're going to see here, just for those who have Monday classes, they have an evening event. So when it says evening event at Community Center, that's why I only have some, not all of my classes. So keep an eye out for that. If it's ever an individual day that the schedule changes, I always put up a little reminder firsthand. Oh, it's looking dark. All right, good. Can everybody, can you guys, does anybody want to type just that you can hear me and see me? The lighting looks a little different, so, or a thumbs up emoji works too. I'd hate for me to be in silence on the whole entire thing. Okay, so that's something for the Monday cast. We have a Tuesday 5-5 volunteer meeting coming up. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We have our volunteer meeting. So we do have a meeting coming up. It's here in the dance room. It is late at night, but that's because I can barely get any space here in the dance room to hold these meetings. So you'll notice backstage volunteer meeting, dance room, 8 to 9 p.m. Now, same thing as this. It will be held virtually. So if it's easier for you to attend from home, that's great too. And then you guys can, watch again. Everything that gets live streamed gets recorded, so you can go back. A lot of people go back because they can't remember, like, oh, I can't remember what she said about the shoes. So go back and use it as a reference. It really helps. So that's for just the volunteers. Now, I have been putting up the volunteer sheets for the last 2 weeks. So I've been putting it up per day. This is where people have been signing up according to classes. I have also asked that if you have signed up to be a backstage parent volunteer, to please write your size next to your name for your t-shirt. So all of the parent volunteers get our recital shirt, so that everybody wears the same thing backstage and looks very official, helps us to know who should be backstage and who shouldn't be backstage. So I see most of you guys have put your sizes here. But please make sure any of the, it's just a general, just a black soft style something anyway, like t-shirt, like just a regular, just like the one I have on. So so go ahead and put your size down for what you would like to wear. And I'm in the process of getting all of those orders in right now for our shirts, which is exciting. So I see it looks like most of you guys put down your size. I'm going to have all of these papers out here on the table after we're done. So if you still need to add your size, today is the last day. So those of you that might be watching online, if you are wanting to sign up to volunteer, you would need to email me and let me know, and I'll add your name to the list. Because I do need to kind of close out that group. I make a special email just for us, so I can email you guys a reminder about come to the meeting and things like that, and making sure I have everybody's correct t-shirt size too. So this is our backstage parent volunteer sign up. This is for those that would like to stay with your student, help out backstage. I do need lots of help. We have quite a big backstage, both sides of the stage working. The choices are either drop your student off with the parent volunteers at the beginning or before the show, out in the audience, watch the whole show, pick them up after, or go back and volunteer and work the whole show backstage. We do not have any in and out. So you couldn't go back and help out during their dance and then go, okay, now I'm going to leave and go back and watch the show. It's definitely a one or the other, because the idea is that once the show started, the back is secure and the doors aren't opening. We're all either, if you're back, you're back. And if you're in the audience, you're in the audience. Of course, we make sure to have, phone numbers for emergencies and things like that. But the best policy we can have is no in and out from backstage. So all the students, they arrive at their call time is 2:00. The show's at 3. Only people that's different for is my littles. So if you are a dancing like a daisy, my parents who go on stage with their little ones, you guys do not have to be there that early. One exception for the little 2-year-olds don't have to get there an hour early, but everybody else. And so if you're a parent volunteer, you get there, you are with the class. Of course, there's more than one parent volunteer for class, but you're backstage with them. You're there to just watch over the class, sort of tag team the group. So one parent volunteer might stay with the group and the other one takes a couple to the restroom, making sure that if they have their extra costume, that they are getting into their next costume for their other change. It works every time. So I know it seems like a stressful thing, but anyway, and actually the parent volunteers in the rehearsals before, like when we're all here together on that Wednesday night, I do have you guys start to help and get used to coming in and like, oh, let's help get the kids on stage and get them used to you guys saying, okay, everybody be quiet. Okay, everybody, let's follow the leader. So that they're used to you guys helping them, and it makes it go really smooth at the auditorium. So anyway, so that's the policy for backstage parent volunteers. Okay. All right. So here's this, and I'll put this out again today. Moving down our list. Next we get to costume distribution week. So costumes have all been ordered. They're trickling. Well, I shouldn't say trickling in. My house is actually completely filled. It looks like I live in the Minecraft world because I'm boxes all over. So in my little house. So so they're coming in, but we have lots to get in. So we have a costume distribution week. All the costumes get sent home. Now, if I have a whole group of costumes and all the accessories are there and the headbands came in and all of that, I will bring them early. Yeah. Cause there's earlier, the better, right? So we can, if for some reason something's not quite right, we have a better chance of fixing it. So if anything's ever early, I always give them out early. So holiday show, last show, I feel like we had quite a few where I was able to get them out sooner. And I will. Now, you guys, this will be getting posted. It is a list of hair, shoes, and tights. So this will be posted now with all of our information every time you come to class. This is what does my student wear with their outfit. So they've got this dress or this pantsuit or whatever. So this is listing by day in class what else they need. Now I try to always make it consistent. When I redo this from holiday show, I barely change anything because the idea is I don't want them to have to switch from black jazz shoes to white jazz shoes to, pink tan, whatever. So I try to keep it consistent. If it's ballet, there are some very few exceptions, but not really. If it's ballet, it will always be a ballet bun, pink tights, and pink ballet slippers. That's very consistent on here. It changes a little bit with hip hop depending, but always a tennis shoe. So basically, if you want to know what your student wears, you will look when you come to class to find their class day and time and see what they wear. Now, I have had some questions. Obviously, we have tan tights and we have pink tights. So I recommend Capezio Ultra Soft. Those I believe are the most comfortable to wear myself. And they're a good dance tight. What's happening is there's a lot of tights that are showing up at, Target and things like that. But they're just not the quality. So my concern is that you get to the show and you guys know that it's the drive there and get to the backstage and out the car. So if for some reason something happens, they're just not quite as sturdy. Hopefully if there's a pair of, pink tights they wear to class every week and it's still great and you can wash it and it's washing up really nice, then you're good. Yeah. But we don't want to go on stage with any tights that have holes or runs or big black stains in the knees. That happens a lot. We do our passes, we get stains all over the knees. So anyway, but pink and tan, Capezio Ultra Soft are my favorite. Aside from that, things that you might see are hair in a show bun. A show bun, that's a particular bun because there's a million different kinds of buns. Some are right on top of the head. Others are way down here, right? Ours is on our YouTube channel. So we have a tutorial on how to do a bun. And it's just for those of you that just come to me and go, Miss Katie, I've never put my child's hair in a bun. I have no idea how to do a bun. And that's completely normal. Most kids don't ask to have their hair put in a bun, unless they like little space buns. But so it's a tutorial. We had a meeting in here one day. I did hair and makeup tutorial. I talked about stage makeup, what works, tricks for little ones, tricks for bobby pins, what kind of gel, what kind of hairspray, what kind of brush and comb. It all makes a difference. So if you feel like you need help to be able to do that bun, go to our YouTube channel and you can see it on there. Just go under videos. It's under live streams because anything that I recorded here is under the live stream tab. So we've got playlists and videos and posts. Don't post anything, but anyway, if you want to find the hair and makeup tutorial on our channel, go to live stream and it will be under there. You'll see a girl with the profile and she's got her hair in a bun and that's it. So you can see how to do that. Hair in a show bun. So that would be, what they wear for their hair. If it says dancer's choice, I do dancer's choice a lot for hip hop and musical theater and Broadway bound. Now, Broadway bound musical theater, it says hair to match character. So we can talk more about that. It's very specific. Alice in Wonderland needs her hair to look as close to Alice in Wonderland as she can. Flowers can go a little bit more crazy. So I will talk to them about their individual characters. But for hip hop, I always say, dancer's choice, because sometimes they have a baseball cap, sometimes they have a beanie, and it usually lends itself to kind of like, yeah, I can do space buns, I want French braids, and it looks really cute. However, make sure that the hair is off their face, because there's nothing worse than getting all excited to sit at the show. I'm going to videotape, I got great tickets, but they're dancing and they wanted their hair down, and now we've never seen their face, right? Because their hair is covering their face. So however they love to have it, that's great. I think it looks great on stage to have some variety in some of the pieces, but just make sure that that they practice with it, or that it, they're going to tell you, oh, I like it all down. They do love their hair down for sure. I get it. Some of them have long, luxurious locks, but on stage when they're dancing, it doesn't really work all that well. So just be mindful if it says dancer's choice. I think the shoes are pretty self-explanatory. I try to always go with what they're already wearing to class. And then the only other thing is, a lot of people ask, why does it say black bike or athletic shorts under hip hop or maybe theater? It's because on stage, you want to think of your costume as a shell, and that is going over what are called undergarments. So you never would want to think about just wearing, underwear and then I'm going to put my costume on. So in the theater and dance, we think of like your underdressings. Yeah, at Disney, they call them underdressings. And then your costume goes over that. So in other words, let's say, if you're dancing at Disney and you're a reindeer and your whole costume falls apart and falls down to the ground, what are you in? Well, you're just in your underdressings, right? You're just in your base. So that's just black pants, or it's black leggings, or it's a white t-shirt. So you need something under there. It's just because we want the kids to get used to just dressing professionally for the stage. And that always means you plan for worst case scenario, right? The drawstring on my sweats broke in hip hop class, right? And so my pants fell down for a second, right? So instead of seeing, I don't know, whatever, who they are, the Paw Patrol, right? Now we're just seeing a black short, right? Not a big deal at all. They don't feel like, I lost my pants, right? It's just, oh, they saw my shorts. So it just makes the kids feel more confident. It is the right thing to do on stage, especially with the hot lights and see-through things. Not that I try to get anything see-through, but it's just what we do. We wear undergarments. The kids can wear a tan Leo if that makes them feel more comfortable. They can wear, I always just say black biker shorts. They're just like those like Nike ones, kind of like a boxer brief, like for the boys, almost feel to it. So it's just part of undergarments, underdressings. Also means that if they get backstage and they're super hot, if they have on underdressings, they can take off their big sweats. They can take their hoodie off and they've still got a base. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, what should they wear under it? Something that they wouldn't care if that costume fell away, they were still okay. Okay. So this will get posted. Things that go with your student's costume, okay, will be up. All right. Moving on, costume distribution week. Yes. Next. So tickets going on sale. So it did get pushed back a week. So please make sure you check that date. Yes, they won't have them quite ready for us on the 2nd. So I've been in contact with Citrus, but I know we can definitely hit the 9th. So I want to make sure, I'd rather make the change now and give everybody plenty of time. Tickets go on sale in this room here at 1:30 on Saturday, May 9th. And it's first come, first served. We just make a big line. If it's important for you to have front row seats, then yes, you would need to be here on this day. But I can tell you, I know it sounds cliche, there is not a bad seat in the house. There are no poles, there are no side seats, there's not any upper, balconies, things like that. It's a great auditorium. So, so whenever you want to get here for tickets, it's not the only day that tickets go on sale, but it is the first day that tickets go on sale. Usually there is quite a line. I'm not going to lie. We line up, you guys line up here. The line usually goes down here and a little bit out the door, but it goes pretty fast. I think we have 3 stations. You come first and pay for your tickets. Then you go pick out where you'd like to sit, and then you pick up your physical tickets, and then you're all good. So you do get to, it's not general seating. You do get to pick your seats. And we sell, we try to sell sort of from the inside out. So we're going to encourage you, if you want to pick 6 tickets, not to leave 2 empty seats and then pick 6 tickets. So we're going to encourage you guys to kind of, we try to sell them in a logical manner, if that makes sense. So if everybody gets that single seat around their family, we will end up with, 200-300 empty seats. And then if people get there for at the door tickets, they don't want to be split up. So we try to keep the ticket sales kind of together, if that makes sense. What else about tickets? Tickets go on sale. It usually takes, the first day we're usually here a couple hours. After that, I will post, I will send it out on email, but I will also post here all the other times that you can buy tickets. So some of the people that help me sell tickets, that know how to sell tickets, will come at other times. Other times I will stay after my classes and sell tickets. So there will be a list of times. It's always, I know it's Thursdays from 11 to 12 and Fridays from 11 to 11:30. I mean, it's not huge windows of time, but there's a little bit of space throughout every week to buy tickets. And so tickets, we can do cash or check for tickets. So that's how those are the 2 payment forms, not Venmo. So the difference from the costumes is that we don't do Venmo. You're bringing your payments with you that day. It's either check or cash. The checks, just like costumes, can be made out to Studio K. For tickets are $15 a piece. They're always $15 a piece up until the day of the show. The day of the show, if there's tickets left over, they are $20 cash only at the door. We don't accept checks for tickets the last week before the show, but it's always $15. And the day of, if you have people that want to just come and show up, $20 at the door, and the box office will open half an hour before show starts. What else about tickets? You do get a physical ticket, being that it's assigned seating. So we need you guys to keep track of those tickets, because there's 1 copy of those tickets and we give them to you. So last year we did have a situation where we had a family of, I think it was 10 that got there, and they had left their tickets on the kitchen counter. So it just gets a little bit tricky if you don't have your physical tickets, because it's we keep track on the sale day, but of what families still need to buy tickets or have bought tickets, but we don't really have anybody that has enough time that day to manage and go back through all of those papers and look up tickets and seats and all of that. So just ask that you guys make sure to keep those tickets safe. I wish it could be, there's a way we could have it like on our phone, but to do the assigned seating, we need to give you guys the tickets. The reason I like the assigned seating is because you don't have to worry that day about where you're going to sit. You have your tickets that day. You could get there 1 minute before the show starts. If you want to come in at 2:59 and sit down, that seat is there for you. And that way you don't feel like you have to line up in the heat to try to get a good seat. So that's why I like doing the reserved seating. All right, that's tickets. Monday, 5/11 is the last day of classes for the Monday session only, or the Monday classes only. If your student is in Hip Hop Tots, make sure that you guys take a special look at these purple messages. The Hip Hop Tots on Monday and Tuesday, they're going on stage together. So sometimes I do that in the holiday show, where like the holiday show, all 3 storybook classes learned the same lollipop dance. They just did it in different shows. So there was a lollipop dance in each show. But sometimes I like to combine them as well. So if your student is a gnome, these are the garden gnomes, they're all going on stage to be wild gnomes together. So there is one day that I'm having. Tuesday is invited to come dance with Monday, and another day where Monday is invited to come dance with Tuesday. It's an extra free class. They just have to come and show up if they are available. It's not mandatory, but I want a couple days to start getting them used to dancing together. They know they're going on with the other group. I've explained that to them. I put dots down where that other group will be, but that way they just kind of understand that they're all together. So we're doing crazy gnomes that come to life. And so I think a big group of gnomes is much better than a small group. So not that it's a small group, it's going to be a giant group of gnomes, but they're doing the same dance and we'll go on stage together. So that's why it says Monday joins Tuesday, Tuesday joins Monday. All right. Here, Tuesday, 5:12, no classes, practice on YouTube. Friday, 5:15, no classes, practice on YouTube. Saturday, 5:16, no classes, practice on YouTube. So we have quite a few days there. Now, I am here Wednesday and Thursday that week. But one thing I want to explain about this particular time is I have a niece that is graduating from college and my son is graduating from high school. So that proves to be a little dicey when you get to May. So I will be attending graduations for family. And so there are some times that I just cannot be here. Now, keep in mind when you see the number of sessions, that's taking into account for those that we miss. So if you're getting an 11-week session or a 12-week session, that's already taking into account that we're not meeting on those days. So we're not really missing any classes, but I practice on YouTube to make sure that everybody's still going over their dances. If you guys are unsure about YouTube, I know you guys aren't because you're here joining us, so you know how to find us. But if you guys need, this is our YouTube channel right here. I'll say it again because I want to make sure everybody knows, because I have mentioned it in my class. Like, when you guys are practicing, make sure that you notice that Miss Katie does this, and they're like, wait, what do you mean, Miss Katie? How can we practice with the video? I was like, oh no. So we should all be looking at the YouTube videos. And some of the kids have told me, Miss Katie, I'm not allowed to go on YouTube. Totally understandable. Not a great place for kids to be. But what I've said is that they can ask if somebody could please screenshot the video and then show it to them that way. That way they're not going onto YouTube at all. You can literally just not screenshot, but screen video record. Screen record and get it that way, and then they have it. It's like it becomes a picture in your phone. You can, like, you send a photo, you send a video. That way they have absolutely no access to YouTube. But it is a great resource, you guys. This is a very, very quick turnaround to try to put our show together. And the kids are amazing to me how they pull this together. They are, extremely on top of it. But I think part of it is because they know I can go on if I miss class. I can look at the video. I can get extra practice. So it really is a vital thing, because it's different practicing in here with me and all the other kids. When they are just on their own, it really lets them know what they know and what they don't know. Because they're like, oh, okay. Right? So they're really focused and they're by themselves. They can't follow anybody. They just have to be keeping up with Miss Katie, right? So if you don't know how to find those, go to our YouTube channel. You want to click at the top menu under playlists. You're going to see a picture of white flowers and it says Garden Dance Party Playlist. And you click on that, all the dances and the whole entire show are there. Yes. Find your students' class day and time, and they can watch it a million times over. Yeah, it really helps them. So these are some of the times that they will be doing YouTube practice. And again, we've got the little note here about the Monday hip hops joining Tuesday hip hops. Moving on to our last day, Saturday, the 23rd, that's the last day of spring session. That's a Saturday. That's when all the official dance classes are done. And then we get into our special events, getting ready for the show. So the Wednesday, 5/27, it's on this over here. It just says rehearsal over there in the dance room from 3 to 9. Schedule is posted. Please check for your 1-hour time slot. So this will be going up. This is the schedule. And this is when your student comes to perform in this room. It'll go up. It'll be posted out there. So basically, every class gets to come for 1 hour. The difference is it's 4 classes coming together, and it's really great because what happens is they get an audience. So the kids love to watch each other. I try to mix it up and have some different ages so that the little ones can watch some of the big girls dance, and so that the ballerinas can watch the hip hop. And it kind of is a great thing to get them ready for the show. They all of a sudden standing up, it's like, oh, there's 3 other classes in here. So they have a little audience. It's a great little stepping stone, getting them used to it. And it's just extra practice, which we really need at that time. So if it says, this is Wednesday, 27th, it's in here in the dance room. Please note, not a dress rehearsal, not a dress rehearsal. We have that the next day, and I would never make you guys do 2 dress rehearsals in a row. That's not fun. So this is not dress rehearsal. They just come in whatever they would normally wear. And if you are a backstage helper, though, that's a great day for you guys to come in and amongst the, we'll call it controlled chaos, sort of be getting with your class. Okay, now it's our turn. Let's line up. Things like that. Learning kind of the flow of the show. We always come on this side of stage. They dance. We go off that stage. It's one big circle. So it's a great time for you guys to get used to working with the kids. So you guys will see this schedule go up, and you just find your student's class and go, oh, okay, it's from 7 to 8. Now, obviously, for those that have 2, 3, 4 dances, I tried my best to make this a fairly workable schedule. But you guys have a lot of dances. So bring lots of water, bring a snack. We'll do our best to fit everything in and have some downtime. And I do it according to age for the most part. So I try to get our little ones early afternoon. And of course, our adults come from 8 to 9 so that all the kids can go home. But that is an important day. And that is our last time that we dance here before I see you guys at Citrus. So then Thursday, the next day, we will be at Citrus College. It's our rehearsal. We will be rehearsing from 4 to 8. Younger dancers will be excused early. So this is what we call a tech rehearsal. The sound people are there. The stage managers are there, all of which come included in our rental of the facility. Hop Performing Arts Center is one of the most beautiful auditoriums. I've been to a ton of them. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. They keep it immaculate. The staff there is fantastic. And this comes with all the stage managers. I'm used to wearing all the hats. I'm cueing sound and lights. I'm organizing the kids. I'm stage managing, all of that stuff. They have all of that. So they've got sound and lights in the booth. We've got stage manager Robert. We've got all of our people there. But it is a tech rehearsal for them. So they've got the show notes. We're got to go through lighting, colors, and all of that. So it is a closed rehearsal, just so you know. They will be with their parent volunteer. So if you're a parent volunteer, again, that's your sort of your first day of work, getting the kids through their dress rehearsal. I try to get the kids in and out as quickly as I can, of course, keeping ages in mind. The younger ones, they don't last as long. Yeah, especially not if maybe they're little itchy costume. So we got to get them on and off stage. But I also think it's important that they see the big stage. It's so different. That stage, it's a big, beautiful stage. It's gorgeous, but it's huge, as is the auditorium. Slightly intimidating, yes? Especially for the little ones or first-time performers. So to get that on stage, okay, I've been there before, experience it's crucial in my opinion, because I wouldn't expect anybody who'd never been on that big of a stage to not have a little stage fright when they go out. So getting this dress rehearsal is really, really important. So as I said, it's a little more of a tech rehearsal. It's harder for me. This rehearsal here, I can totally control it, right? It's my rehearsal. I scheduled it. I can stay on time. I can switch things around if I have to. This one is tech rehearsal for the staff. So I'm working with them. They need to see the dances. They need to see, do they start on stage? Do they start off stage? Things like that. So we do the best we can to get as I said, kids in and out as fast as they can. I have to say, in terms of Citrus College, we had a lot of people last year arrive quite late to dress rehearsal. Unfortunately, we can't hold dress rehearsal when we have over 100 kids in the show. I just can't hold a dance. If it's time and the kids are young and if they need to, get out of there, I can't hold that dance. I'm going to have to run it and get the tech done for it and release them. But here's the thing. We are going there. It's not too bad of a drive, but the time that you're going there is the afternoon. So the traffic is heavier. The parking lot is large. You do have to pay for parking as a warning. And then you've got to walk in, right? It's a hall. You've got to get yourself into the middle of the campus. So leave lots of extra time. It's not here where we just pull up, boom, we're in the door. It's a process. It's a process to get yourself from here all the way in. And that's not just then you get to the auditorium. You're like, where do we go in? There's 8 million doors. There is 8 million doors, right? Half of them are locked. So you're like, where am I going? I will do my best as we get closer to give you clear instructions on how to find the front of the auditorium. It's a little, when you walk up to it, you're walking up to the side of it, which is a little tricky. So if you've never been there, you won't know where to go to find the auditorium. So I feel really, really bad when people show up, an hour or two late and their dance has already been on stage. Yeah. And I do try as much as I can. If I see that, we're still missing 3 out of that group, I try to skip around, but I really can't do that too much. So please just leave extra time. Please, please. All right. Let's see. So this is going to be that Thursday is dress rehearsal. And I don't really like to do makeup at that night because I don't want it to get on their costumes, but hair, definitely. It's a great practice time for their hair. And not just that, but you want to practice the hair that they're going to actually wear because because you want to make sure that whatever the headpiece is, they all have headpieces, that you know how to get it in. Did it stay? Did I get it tight enough? Did I use the right kind of clip? Or maybe it's, where, Miss Katie, where does this go? A lot of our time is spent, right? Right, Karen? We spend a lot of time. Like, where does it go? Right? This side, that side, up, down, all around. So hair, yes. All accessories, yes, because the accessories can sometimes be the tricky part, but no makeup to dress rehearsal. They should wear makeup on stage, and I'll tell you guys why. And if you need help with stage makeup, again, I'm going to refer you to the tutorial on our YouTube channel. These are professional lights that we have, okay? And they are very, very bright, and they're hot. Yeah, when you are standing on that stage, I know, because at the end when I'm thanking everybody, I'm like, I'm sweat, right? It's very, very bright and intense heat from the lights. They're so bright, and we have a ton of them. Last year they gave us even more. They gave us wing lights, so we had lights from the side, we had all kinds of lighting, which was fantastic. Makes our show look great. But it can also make it really hard, because when you put white light onto their faces, woo, it just reflects that light. So stage makeup is not to make them look older by any means. Stage makeup, the purpose of stage makeup is to make them be able to be seen underneath the hot lights of the stage. So that's what it's for. I explained that on the makeup tutorial. If you're completely opposed to your child wearing makeup, then I understand. That's a family decision. But I can tell you that it's something that I teach my students, my theater, my dance students, because if they want to continue in this profession for fun or for their career, it's important that they understand the things that are part of it, and stage makeup is a part of it. So they need to learn how to do stage makeup. It's not makeup that, we're going out to a birthday party makeup. It's not that. It's a completely different kind of makeup. How you put it on, where you apply it, how you do the eyeliner, the colors that you use, the fact that you don't use shimmer because you just look sweaty, right? So it's very specific colors, and it's for stage, and it's just so that when the lights are on them, you can see their smile, that when they're smiling or doing their faces, that it's bringing out their features. Otherwise they look kind of like a white circle. You'll see, if any of you have ever taken a video at the show, sometimes they just look like little white circles lined up. So we don't want that. We want them to be able to be seen. But learning how to do proper stage makeup is part of the profession. When, my son has done a lot of musical theater. He grew up in my dance studio and danced and did all kinds of theater, and he had his makeup bag. So when he would go on do Mamma Mia and all these things, he has to put it on so that they can see his expressions. He has to darken in his eyebrows, and he has to do makeup. It's part of going on stage at a professional stage. That's why at holiday show, I say we're closed. The kids are right there. It's not as big a deal. But for this big of an auditorium, it's huge. It seats almost 1,500 people. And the lights that they have there, they look much better with stage makeup on. And I would explain to the kids, it's something we do. It's kind of part of our costume when we're doing a professional show. And the more that they can learn about that, get used to that, the better. Yeah. If that's something that they want to continue in high school, if they go on stage for high school musicals, they will need to do that. In college, same thing. If they want to go, work professionally at Disney, we had our one makeup tutorial. This is what you need to have. It was our responsibility. We had to arrive early. We had to know exactly what colors, where to put it, how to do it. And for those of us that had experience in it, was not a big deal, right? The lashes, easy peasy, got those on. We could do our makeup quick. So it is something that's a good thing for them to learn if this is something that they want to continue. All right. And then, so after dress rehearsal, Friday, 5:29, rest, relax, and get ready. I know, you're like, rest and relax. The show's the next day. It's fine. It gives us a little breather time, clean out the bag from dress rehearsal, get everything ready. And then show day. So the show is at 3 p.m. The cast call time is at 2, with the exception of my Friday primary dancers, my Daisy dancers. They get to arrive right before showtime. And then the show is approximately 2 hours long. There is a 15-minute intermission. There are concessions sold, not by my choice, but whenever Citrus has an event, they they sell concessions at their stand. I don't know what they sell. I'm never out there at intermission. I'm running around like a crazy lady at intermission, but they sell concessions, and that's just, they do that for every show that they have there, no matter what. So that's just, you can let your friends and family know. And then, yeah, so our show is usually done about 5:15, 5:30ish, something like that. So this is the new schedule that's going up that is just an updated and more detailed. We have, this is the Wednesday, 5/27, the last show that we have here. Volunteers, I need your sizes, hair, shoes, and tights. All right, I'm trying to think of what else we should go over. Ticket sales are coming up. This, that. Does anybody have any questions? If I can answer any questions from the chat, go ahead and type it. Yes. Yes, thank you. I don't have it here. I should have had that. So parking at Citrus College, they do charge for parking. They used to only do it Monday through Friday, and now they do it on weekends as well. Now it's 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I forget how much it is. Anybody remember? $5. Okay, $5. Yeah. So they will send me, last year I posted it, they will send me a form with information about the parking. They also give me a QR code. That QR code is how you can go in and prepay for your parking. I don't seem to ever use it, and I don't know why. It should be very convenient, but for whatever reason, I end up arriving there. I'm old fashioned, I guess. OG. I go over and I just put my card into the machine, all that. So I use the machines that are there in the parking lot, but you can go on with the QR code if you want to do it ahead of time. It's also nice, I guess you could send that QR code to friends and family that are coming. But yes, leave extra time. Because you do need to pay for parking. That will be on Thursday when you're there for dress rehearsal, and it will be Saturday. Also, they make you do head-in parking, which I know everyone's a backer-inner these days. I'm not a backer-inner. I'm never a backer-inner, but there's lots of backer-inners. You guys know what I mean? Like face that way. So they don't want you to do that. I think it's because they check everybody's license plates, and so everybody most likely has a license plate on the back, maybe not on the front. So there is no back-in parking. It's head-in parking only. $5. And yeah, there's machines all over. But again, it's another step. Get out of the car. You'll have to have your license plate number. So I've made that mistake before. Get to the machine. Oh, I don't have it memorized. Back to the car. Or texting, can you please send me a picture of my license plate? Yeah, I can remember it. And then it's one of those numbers that goes. Yeah, so that is the parking. And I will put that QR code up there. And they go into great detail about all the rules about parking and things like that. They also send me a map. So you can hopefully find the auditorium easier, but the name of it is HA Performing Arts. So yes, great question. For the Little Daisies, what time do we need to arrive on show day? Are they performing around 3? Yeah, so I make one exception for the call time. That is, I have a group of dancers. They dance on Friday mornings, my primary class. This year it's Dance Like a Daisy, and they go on stage with their parent or adult, guardian, grandpa, uncle, anyone that wants to dance with them. It's super cute. They will be little daisies in flower pots, popping out of flower pots this year. It's going to be very exciting. So you guys will arrive, honestly, as long as you're backstage by 2:50, 10 minutes before showtime is perfect. And literally you guys are the second act. So the first dance is 5 minutes. That'll be opening. That's musical theater, Alice in Wonderland. So you'll go on at 3:05. So I would say as long as you're backstage lined up with me at 2:50, and you'll go on stage at 3:05 and be done at 3:08. And then you guys all get to go out and go back into the audience and watch the show. So we try to just have it be the smallest possible window that we can. So all right. Do volunteers need to buy tickets? Another great question. Volunteers do not need to buy tickets. No. And children at 2 and under do also not need a ticket. They like you guys, excuse me, to have them sit on a lap. And they also don't allow, they don't want strollers at the ends of the aisle. So keep that in mind, because the way that it is every aisle is a step. So there's really not a safe way to add on a stroller to the end of an aisle. In this auditorium, there is no center aisle. It's just 2 aisles on the side. So if everybody keeps adding strollers there, then it's a fire hazard, and they need to keep the sides of the auditorium completely clear. And so so they will ask, they have a nice little, the ushers there are great. There's a bazillion ushers. They'll help you get seated. They'll help you find your seats. They'll help you with any issues. They're wonderful. They have a special place. It's like in the atrium where they will let you do stroller parking, and they'll help you get your stroller there and everything. But with your little one, they need to be lap sitting if they're 2 or under. And then I believe if you have like a real young child coming that's like 3, not that we get many coming to sit for 2 hours that are 3 years old, but they may also have the boosters. I'm not sure, but you could ask the ushers. They're really good about helping out with that. What was the other thing I was just thinking? Oh, yes, for the Daisy parents. So you're going to laugh when you see what I wrote down. So the daisies are going to be little daisies. You guys, I wrote adult partners, summer casual vibes with a sun hat. So I know that's so silly, but I picture it like a garden party. So whatever you guys would wear to a garden party, like you could wear a sundress and a hat, or you could wear a cute pair of shorts and sandals, anything you would wear, like you're out in the garden and then the daisies pop up and they start dancing for you. So any colors are great, but something you would wear to it like an outdoor garden party, totally your choice. But I think any kind of sun hat would make it. A visor, like a straw hat, I think it would just add to the little cute daisies. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, I thought that would look really cute. Yes. So and tickets. Another thing about tickets is there is a 6 ticket minimum for families to buy tickets. So volunteers do not need tickets. 2 and under do not need tickets. Everybody else does need a ticket. Now, if you have a daisy and you'll be coming back around, if you dance on stage, you do not need a ticket. But those who are the daisies and the daisy partners, you guys know that you will be getting 2 extra tickets. So when you purchase your tickets, if you want 6, I will be giving you guys 8 tickets, because those 2 extra tickets are so that the performers on that occasion can go back around and sit with the family and watch the rest of the show. Nobody else gets to do that except for the little ones, because there's no way, they're as young as 18 months, so they can't stay back there the whole time. So they're the only exception as far as getting to perform right at the top of the show and then get to not stay backstage. So, there was something else I was going to say. What am I thinking about? It's a question that I usually get. Yes, please. Okay, at the end of the show? Yeah, okay, so great question. So when you guys come to drop your student off, we go around to the sort of other side. There's the ticket side of the auditorium. Well, we go to what I call the back side of the auditorium, and there's a table right there, and you check your student in. So there's a list of the classes, and you don't really go back with them. There's a long table. You're dropping your student off, so they have, their little bag with them. I'll send a thing of what they should bring. I can talk about it now today too, but you drop them off, you sign them in, and then I usually have my older girls help. They're sometimes back there helping the little ones, get into the choir room is where most of them go. The hip hoppers are over here in the foyer. So they kind of all have their little stations where they're going to be. So you drop them off, they find their parent volunteer, and they all hang out and stay there. And then you've basically signed them in, said goodbye. There's the backpack. You go around and can get ready to go in the auditorium. At the end of the show, we don't release the kids from the stage. So there's some hairy, scary stairs on the side that would be disastrous to try to send all the little kids down. They're super steep. So we basically say thank you very much, and we close the curtain, and then the kids go back to the dressing room. They gather their things. The parent volunteers stay with them, make sure that they have their things, and then you go back to the same place where you dropped them off, and then you just wait in line, essentially. So we've got the kids waiting over here with the volunteers. They've got their backpacks back on, and then you're coming up to the table and like, okay, I need Sierra. So then that volunteer is going, okay, Sierra's mom is here, and we're just matching parents to students. And then again, they're inside. you guys are outside. So there's like a little courtyard area. There's restrooms and tables to sit there and wait. But when we open the doors, there's a table there and the volunteers are on this side and the kids. And so when you come up and they see you, then we're releasing them to you. Yeah. Yes.
Going back to the ticket.
Yeah.
It's per family, not per child. So like if there's siblings that are dancing in the show, it's not like 6 per.
Yes, correct. 6. Yes, exactly. And I do have so many siblings. So yes, it's 6 per family. It's just, yeah, it's not per student. So 6 per family. Correct. And then when you guys send your kids on that day to the show, they should have a little backpack. Now, holiday show, I say like travel light, we're in, we're out, quick show, one and done. But this is different. I like them to have a little backpack, either a little blanket or a towel rolled up, some water, a non-messy snack, and some activities. And it really helps the parent volunteers out as well. Nothing messy, so no markers or things like that, no slime. Yeah, I still have had a slime incident years ago. I've never gotten over. Anyway, but that all those foamy squishy things, yeah, those are not recommended because there's always one kid that's like, no, it won't break open, and then it broke open. So I would say little pop-it things are great. If they want to color, that's fine. Crayons are fine. They're not I don't think they can do a ton of damage to a costume, but we don't want any markers, nothing, messy, but stuffed animals are great. Barbies are great. Electronics, I don't know. I get mixed feedback on that from the volunteers. It can be very taxing on the volunteers when kids are having technical issues. I am not a tech person at all. So I have a very short, when anybody comes to me like, it's not working, I don't know what to do, I can't sign in, I can't log in, I'm like, blah. So it's a lot for the volunteers to try to manage if an iPad's not working, or I can't get to that page, or I want to share this thing, or we're trying to play a game together. So it's tough, and the Wi-Fi's sketchy back there on a weekend. I get a lot of mixed reviews from the volunteers saying sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth. So I would say just some stuffies, some Barbies, some Hot Wheels, things like that. But nothing that's super special to them, not their special levy, not their special blanket, because it's a lot of kids back there, and it's a lot. We do our best to keep everything organized. I have the best volunteers ever. They're on top of it, but you never know. Having said that, that's what it was. Please make sure that you have your child's name in everything. That really helps the volunteers, because you can imagine, especially those that have a costume change, right? Boom, everything explodes. There's pink tights and pink belly slippers. Everything's all over. But for the volunteers, once they're ready and it's like, oh, we have 20 minutes before curtain call, great. They can start helping the kids. This says, this goes here. They can be totally organized, packed up, ready to go before they go out and take their bows. But it's really tough when you can imagine, there's 14 in the class. That's 28 ballet slippers. They all look alike. So if you hold it up and go, whose is this? They're like, I don't know, right? So that's why sometimes kids come back with 3 shoes, some come back with 1. So we really, the more you can put your students' initials in everything, there's always a way. I know you're like, well, it's a hard costume. So yeah, I put white masking tape in a little spot, little initials. So there is a way to do that, but it really helps so that you don't lose anything. Your student doesn't lose any part of their costume. They don't want to lose anything. But especially headpieces, there might be a million, sparkle caterpillar headpieces. And so we want to make sure that if you want to get yours back, put your name on it. It makes it so much easier. But names on their snack, names on everything, water bottles. That way, when we get a lost and found, I can email, I have your water bottle, come pick it up. I'm at I'll be in the dance room. And that works really great. Let's see. Yes.
Going back to makeup for boys.
Yes.
Stage makeup as well?
If they'll look better with it for sure. So it's, No, I've not done a tutorial for the boys, so I should have my son come and do that. Yeah, but I can go over it. Maybe I'll add something to that. So it's basically it's the base, and I usually have them do their brows. It's eyeliner, and then it's just some blush. That's what the boys' makeup is. Yeah. So it's the same blush as the girls. It's the eyeliner, and it's the brows. Make a big difference. Yeah. So, but we'll have to talk about that because I've not done a tutorial for them.
Volunteering for the rehearsal both here and at the college,
Mhm.
do you want us there the whole time or just for our dancers part?
Yeah, so great question. So I like to just keep you guys with your group all the time. So if your group is there and it's their time, then you being there is great. But if they're not scheduled, then you guys are not needed to be there. So for instance, on this night, if your class that you're volunteering for is from 3 to 4, then just 3 to 4 is perfect. Yeah. And same at the auditorium. So I do like it when the parent volunteers are sort of the last to leave, if that makes sense, because sometimes we might have one that's, families got stuck in traffic or whatever. So really to make sure that you're all collectively, your group has been picked up and is with their grown up, and then you guys can go. So you are more the last, you guys are usually the first to arrive and the last to leave. But when your class is not there anymore, then yeah, you guys don't need to be there. And for the volunteers, I just ask that you guys wear your shirts at Citrus College. You don't need to wear them here on the 27th, but when we're at Citrus, there's so many people around that if you have on the Garden Dance Party shirt and your lanyard that I give you, people know that you are a volunteer. People know that they can say, she's a April shower dancer, do you know where to get, like, they know to kind of look to you. And because you guys have had the volunteer meeting with me, you guys are good people for them to go up and ask and say, hey, do you know if, when this is over, or what, whatever the question may be. And if you don't know, that's fine too, but it's just nice. And when you guys are there at the show day, I definitely like it to be that when I do my sweep and go through backstage area, that I know exactly those are my volunteers for that group, and I make sure everybody's there. I check and make sure my volunteers are there so that we have enough people. And it's just so much easier to identify us all, right? We're all in the same shirt. I do give you guys a lanyard that, has a special sticker on it and everything. So that way, if there's, a parent that, is just hanging out back there that isn't signed up for volunteer, then that way I just say, okay, it's time. We're going to close down the backstage area. So I need all parents who are watching to make sure that they're out in the auditorium. Now, having said that, for those of you that are volunteering, sometimes we have a case where the student that day doesn't want to be left by mom or dad who's ever dropping off. So if that happens, my theory is instant volunteer. I have extra t-shirts, I have extra lanyards. Sometimes we have to have a parent stay. And but I do have to say, okay, if you want to stay and be a volunteer, put the shirt on, here's a lanyard. And that way sometimes it makes it so the student's able to perform. If they're getting super upset and they won't go backstage or stay, I don't want them to miss that opportunity, not after all those weeks and having a costume and all that. I'd hate for a child not to make it on stage. So we're going to do whatever we can to help them be successful. And if that means that parent stays unexpectedly, which happened last year, then that's how it goes. So I felt kind of bad because the mom was dressed beautifully in a black dress with pearls and looked so lovely. And I was like, here, put on a black t-shirt and a lanyard. It was funny. And so anyway, but she was fine with it. She's like, okay, that's great. So it's a look. But we made it work, and her daughter got on stage, which was awesome. So so we just, my motto on the day of is just kind of we're going to make it work. It's all about the kids. We want them to have a fun day. I don't think anything that day is worth stressing over or having any issues. We try to have it smooth and fun backstage, and that's the goal. Yeah. So trying to think if there's anything else. I'm going to look here and see if I can find anything else. So you guys will get I'm going to see if I can find it right now. How much am I doing on time? Oh, I got 2 minutes. Okay, perfect. So yeah, let's see. Yes, go right ahead.
Real quick, on
Yes.
dismissal, I know last year it happened kind of organically that they're getting dismissed by class, and it is very chaotic back there with everything, so just kind of wanted to mention that because I think it's just easier to go by a class. So just
Okay.
be a little aware.
Yes. And I think people have to also, so yeah, when we pick up, it's sort of this little courtyard area, but I think what I'm thinking about is to try to have more of a queue rather than a big crowd. Would that be helpful? Yeah. because I feel like everybody just kind of approaches. And I think what everybody has to understand is that it is a process. The same way that checking them in takes time, they can't all be released at the exact same second. Otherwise, we're not going to open the doors and just let them, okay, go find your person, right? So yeah, it's super important. So we need to maybe I can send something out and just let people know that we've got to make more of a queue. They've also there was that construction going on there at that time. But I remember asking them, can we get some like stanchions and things like that? And I think that they got stored in a place they couldn't find them or something. But I would like to have some stanchions so that there can be more of an official line. Otherwise, I feel like that whole courtyard fills up. So yeah, everybody's just got to be really patient. I think you guys can still see me. Everyone's got to be super patient on checkout. Check-in takes a long time. It takes us 30 minutes to get everybody checked in. So checkout's going to take the same thing, right? So even longer because everyone's trying to find everybody's stuff, right? Let's see. Sorry, it's another one I used to get FAQs from last year. Dancewear. If you guys need shoes, yes, you can order them online. The only last place I know to go buy them at a brick and mortar is a place called Diamond Dancewear in Chino. It's on Schaefer. And that's the closest place I know to go get an actual shoe fitting and actual physical store that you can go to buy shoes. Otherwise, you would need to order them online. We used to have a lot of dancewear stores and now they've gone out. Color tights with so tights, check that. Again, it's Capezio Ultra Soft that I like. Dress rehearsal. Oh, yes, this is what I was going to talk about. So, taking pictures. So I do allow pictures and video at the show, but I just ask that everybody be courteous to those around you. And it is no flash photography because you can imagine if there's a huge group on stage and there's a million flashes going off, it's not only distracting for the students on stage, but it's also distracting for people sitting in the audience because it looks like we've got strobe lights going on or something. So you need to, be able to do that from your seat. And I ask otherwise that you guys don't really be on your electronics. So I know a lot of times if kids get bored, but I have had people say that, if there's a student or it's a child sitting next to them with a giant iPad that's glowing because they're playing games because they're getting bored. So maybe if that's the case, maybe that one is, maybe they're a little too young to go to a 2-hour show, but I'll that's for you guys to decide. But we try to have everybody be respectful with electronics. Of course, if it's your students' dance, you can video like this, but we don't want to be up here blocking people's view. There are no selfie sticks and there are no tripods allowed. That is per the Citrus College. That's their rule. They don't do selfie sticks. You cannot set up a tripod anywhere. Again, it's a tripping hazard. It's a fire hazard. They don't want anything on the floor. So anything you do has to be handheld, but just, be courteous to those around you. And it's no flash on that. I'm looking to see what else. This is a FAQ from last year that I sent out. Show day, you have to be there at 2:00. Show is at 3:00. You do not stay with your student during the show unless you're a volunteer. Oh, how can my child get changed for the other dance? So if your child is in more than one dance, when I'm at the volunteer meeting, you guys, some of you already know, but I check in with the volunteers and we have a special list of kids that have changes. So at the holiday show, I come around ahead of time and we have a special list and I say, I get those two groups together and I say, you can see she goes from here to here. So she's with you and she's in that and then she's going to go to you. So everybody coordinates to make sure that they know. And the show is lined up in a way that no student should have a super quick change. They all have plenty of time in between and they do line up 4 dances ahead of time. So there should be plenty of time to get everybody ready to go. So we have volunteers will help them change. Yes. Extra tickets for the show. Yes. The day of you can get tickets if there's still left. Don't need a ticket if you're volunteering. Babies do not need a ticket. 2 and under are free. Yes. Oh, if you need wheelchair seating, they have specific wheelchair seating. So you need to make sure that you notify us the day that you buy your tickets, because there are very specific spots in there for their ADA seating. So let us know because they specify those when they give us the set of tickets. Yes, tickets are reserved. Program. So the program is QR. I do that just to not go through all that paper. But the program is a QR code, just like we do at Holiday Show, with all the dances, all the kids' names. And And then, yeah, we kind of went over what the kids need to bring. When they arrive for the show, they will be in their costume. So they will be in costume when they arrive. If you want them to bring extra clothes for afterward, that's fine. Pictures. All right. Yeah. So I would say when they arrive, they should be in their costume with any other costumes they have on a garment bag covered. And then, like I said, so all the kids stay until the end. They do their own dances. At the end, we bring everybody back out again, and we play another song. And I usually give them some prop to play with at the end. Last year, we did Make the World Move, so they all had flags from around the world, wave their flags, and they take a bow. We introduce them, and they get to take one more final curtain call. And then basically they're done. So they do come back out again at the end of the show. So they do, they are there the whole time. They are backstage the whole time. Yep. All right. Questions? Yes? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes.
My English is not bad, so sorry.
That's okay.
I don't understand something. Is what is the ticket? Is the $15? Is the also minimum? Is the minimum third with is minimum 6 tickets?
That's right. Yes.
Yes,
So,
so, I have to buy the 6 ticket, or is the 15 ticket is unusual 6 people?
well, so every family has to buy 6, and they're $15 each.
Each but I don't know it's the family in so we are only 3. It's my daughter and husband and me.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. It's all Koreans. So no, I don't
They're not flying from Korea for Chloe's big show.
No,
I mean, what's up with that?
I don't need it. It's 3 more tickets. So can I buy the only 3 tickets?
Well, so do you guys, when you're in that situation, I think what's happened in classes before is that they've figured out if somebody's buying more than 6, that they buy their other 3. So yeah. So in other words, so somebody that's buying, there's most people, and to be honest with you guys, most people buy quite a few more than 6, just because grandparents and aunts and uncles. So this doesn't come up very often, but I understand what you're saying, that there are other families out of the country. But what they've done in the past is that for all those other people that are buying, 8, 10, 12, 15, I had a couple people buy 20 tickets last time, is that they'll buy 3 of them from you. So, but you have to.
So should I find the other?
Well, we usually do it within classes. So like a class, so in the theater class. So basically, like maybe what I'll do next week is I can come out and let people know we have somebody that's going to sell you 3 tickets. So who's ever buying 9, don't buy 9, right? We'll work it out. We'll find, it won't be hard. There'll be definitely plenty of people will be getting more.
I'm gonna volunteer. My husband is the only one's gonna watch it.
Okay.
And then I have 5 of you nobody watches. I have no
So same
idea.
thing. So same thing. Yes. So
I'm buying like 20.
there we go. That's awesome.
My daughter is the theater.
Yeah.
So she don't need a ticket.
No, the performers do not need a ticket. Yeah.
I do.
Right. Yeah. So what it means is just take that time, you guys, to go, find somebody that needs a lot. So 20 tickets is a lot. I have lots of people that get many, many tickets. 15 is 12 to 15 is probably the normal. And I'm just saying that's because it's the once a year thing. They're inviting multiple, sides of the family and so forth, but everybody's different. But just make sure that you let them know, take 3 off of your thing or take 4 off, and then you can buy mine. That way you're not out. They still get the tickets that they want. So yeah, I think that's the best thing to do on that one. So
Personal experience, talk to your moms from each class, and we worked it out where it's like, okay, I don't need 4, I can buy 2, and then we can decide to buy the rows together. So each family there.
yes. And I know because sometimes people come together to ticket day, so they're working it all out, and we'll do one transaction that's a bunch of different things, so that everybody can get the tickets they need, but nobody has to have any tickets that they don't need. So I don't want anybody to have to go through that, but that is the ticket policy. It was Miss Dee Dee's ticket policy, and so that's kind of how it goes. So, the good news is the tickets are $15, which is still pretty reasonable. I know it's just that, it is an expensive sport, I should say. All right. Okay.
It's possible, but I don't need it. It's to be more ticket. It is so. Oh yeah. I have to. So.
Yeah, well, we have enough time. I will do whatever I can to do. If you guys want me to put up, I've put up sheets before that says, I will have extra tickets, or, any way that I can help facilitate that. But, yeah, it is our policy for tickets. So. All right, you guys. So it's after 2:00. I'm going to sign off because I know that this video is getting long, and I want to make sure that everybody is up for going back and watching it. I appreciate you guys being here live with us. That's great. Look for all of these things that we talked about posted at your next class. And thank you guys for being here. I'm going to leave all these up here, and you guys can come take a look at them. So have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Bye.
Do you have a pin over here? I wanted to add I didn't add my size.
Oh, okay. Let me grab one.
Let's see.
Go. There's that. I'll let you guys look at that. We've got this here, this here. So I haven't posted it yet.
Emails.